Hello everyone, and welcome back to more Fate Grand Order. Last time... what happened last time? We got the cure from Koyanskia, but there was only one dose. We found out where to get more, though. The Emperor has tanks now, so that's something. Yeah. More archers. Oh, they're back! Okay, then let's use the support Nezha. And come on. There we go. My own assassins. Because I can. I need to switch out Uriel, though. Yeah, Shiki. Yeah, I should... that's not what I meant to do. Although I should change that too, probably. No, it's fine. But yeah, I should move another Lancer out into the front. The enemy have really started to go on the offensive, haven't they? Well, we are getting close to the capital. It is difficult to mask our intentions at this point. No doubt all the troops that were out patrolling other areas will be called back to help defend Xianyang. This will not be an easy fight. I'm also a little unnerved that Akata, mei-ren, hasn't made a move since Ankang. Agreed. I could not begin to guess what might be going through her head. But she appeared to me as though she were hesitant to make use of her powers as a true ancestor. Or, to take a different perspective, she may have refrained from attacking us because she knows she could use her true ancestor powers to wipe us out at her leisure. An eminently plausible theory, given how confident we know true ancestors to be. In which case it is unlikely mei-ren would interfere with us again before the final stage of this battle. She is determined to not be seen fighting, but she is also dead set on ensuring this Lost Belt's survival. It therefore is extremely likely that she will sit back and allow Qin Shi Huang's army to try to eliminate us for the time being, and only step in as a final line of defense once we have reached the Tree of Emptiness. Sounds about right. Lucky for us that Akata... mei-ren isn't a warmonger. That aside, we're still no closer to tracking down this Lost Belt's Tree of Emptiness. Then it's very possible that the next time we see mei-ren will be when we find where the tree is hidden. Looks like the chit-chat will have to wait. We've got more company. I don't want to complain, but I'm starting to get a little worn out here. And we certainly can't have our master running his magical circuits at full speed right now. The hell are you guys moping around for? We're almost at the enemy's doorstep. Now's our chance to finish this. Welcome back, Mordred! We have finally rendezvoused. I am sorry I did not get here sooner, Master. Oh, I can only say I'm happy to see one of them. Mordred. What about the villagers? Don't worry, we found the perfect cave for them to hole up in, and they've got enough food that they ought to be set for a while. All we need do now is defeat Qin Shi Huang before their food stores run out. It's so good to have you both back. Go on then, have at them! Man, if I'd known this was gonna be so short, I would have just included it in the last video. Oh, well. Wow. Strong. Oh boy. This one's arts buff. There we go. That should do it. Perfect. All hostiles eliminated. I think we should be safe for now. Let us take a short break, but do not let your guard down. Say, I don't recognize you guys. Hell, I'm not even sure what the hairy one's even supposed to be. Yes, forgive me. I am Chen Gong, and this is... how do I explain? What's to explain? You all know me. I'm Lubu Fengshen. Huh. How come Alter Ego Fox Bitch is hanging with us? What does she mean, Cursor, you still have a fever. Have you not been cured of the poison? I'm afraid not. As of yet, we've only been able to treat the director. Indeed, procuring an antidote for Mr. Cursor is one of several reasons why we must make haste to Xianyang. Well, you heard the man. Now, do you think you could maybe stop with the murderous glare? It's making me want to murder you right back. Huh. So you got no problem with turning traitor on Qin Shi Huang and the Cryptors, huh? I'll admit that Chaldea and I will never exactly be the best of friends. But I'm willing to swallow my distaste if that pompous emperor gets some much-deserved comeuppance. That right? Well, there's no better way to stick it to an enemy than to strike while things in their own house are a total cluster. Yeah, you'd know about that. Don't worry, traitor. I won't be kicking you out. At least not until you betray us. The enemy is drawing nearer to Xianyang all the time. They are too close now for us to employ another orbital strike without endangering the capital. How fare the capital's defenses? For the time being, I'm having Lady Liang Yu fortify our frontline defenses. In the meantime, I'm afraid we have no choice but to hold them off with more waves of automatons and tanks. I forgot to look up words. I forgot to look up how to pronounce that, so tanks. Your Imperial Majesty, if I may be so bold, I would ask that you give the order for the other Royal Guard to join this battle. Other Royal Guard, huh? We hate to admit that matters have reached the point where that is necessary. But perhaps it would be cruel to keep you hunting dogs on your leashes when the scent of battle is so near. Very well, you have all been training your kung fu just for such an occasion. Go, show our enemy your skill. We will, Your Imperial Majesty. More of them. How are the camouflage devices holding up? I think I was able to patch them up for now, but even putting their wear and tear aside, their batteries just aren't gonna last much longer. I never planned on having to charge them outside the shadow border, you know? I think our only option here is to try and jury-rig an energy-saving mode to make them last longer. I see. Well, I have no doubt any modifications you can make will be of great utility. They've already held up remarkably well, given their improvised nature. At any rate, it won't be long now before we reach Xianyang, and any advantage the devices may confer over long-range surveillance will be lost. However, even if we are no longer able to mask our location, we should now be close enough to the capital that we need not fear an orbital strike. Once we have rested up tonight, I believe we should make for Xianyang with all haste. For sure, we are badly outnumbered, so if we have to end, we'd better do it quickly. How's that thing I asked you to make coming along, Da Vinci? Well, I've got it all put together for the moment. But whether it'll actually be helpful or not all depends on whether we can trust the comms protocol Xianyang stole. You doubt more? However you may feel about me, I can assure NFF's products are of the very highest quality. I can at least say that the data I recovered from those knockoffs seems to line up with the protocol. But I've only got my laptop here, so I really don't have what I need to test the thing. I'd say it's got about a 50-50 shot of working, if I'm being honest. Hardly my best work, you know? That's fine. If anything, I'm impressed you pulled this off with so little time to get it done. Well, of course I did. I am a genius. You can rely on me for anything. That said, I don't know if I can encourage you to actually go through with this. In fact, I think it'd be pretty reckless if you did. Yes, it is reckless. But that kind of recklessness is pretty much why I'm here to begin with. I have like a vague idea of what's gonna happen next. I've been spoiled. It's what made me go down in history and eventually led to me meeting Cursor as a heroic spirit. Alright, but make sure you talk this over with him before you go, okay? I will, don't worry. I'm not Spartacus, you know. Oh boy, Cat's awake. Hope she doesn't start whining at me while I'm recording. There you are, Cursor. Jing Ke? What is it? Oh, nothing. I just wanted to discuss our strategy for the upcoming battle. Between Xianyang and Red Hair joining us, Nezha and Mordred coming back, and Koyanskaya... Well, I don't know that we can really count on her in our lineup, but I don't think she'll try anything as long as Holmes and Da Vinci are around. My point is, we've got plenty of capable fighters to go around, so... You want to go off on your own, don't you? Can't put anything past you, can I? So you want to go defeat the Emperor? All on your own? What did we expect from her? This is what she's famous for. You know it makes sense. Oh, wrong voice. You know it makes sense. It would also create a distraction while the rest of you try to find the Fusang tree. But all by yourself? That just seems... I don't want anything to happen to you. What, you're worried about me? Please, don't be. Worrying over me is as pointless as trying to convince Spartacus not to rebel. Jing Ke. Sometimes I can't help but wonder why the counterforce gave me, of all people, a life after death. Maybe it's something to do with risking my life to take action at a time everyone else was too scared to try. If there had been someone actually worried about me, I probably wouldn't be here right now. So speaking as both a heroic spirit and your servant, I promise you, you don't need to worry about me. But, senpais... You're a friend, of course I'm gonna worry about you. You never change, do you? You're right, it was silly of me to say that. I mean, telling someone as caring as you not to worry? It is as ridiculous as forbidding Spartacus from rebelling. There she goes. Or ordering me to come back safe. Hold on. Okay then. Alright then, let me put it to you this way. I know it's selfish of me, but please, let me do this. I can't stop thinking about the fact that I finally have another chance to face that Emperor. I came this close to assassinating him when I was alive, but I wasn't quite able to pull it off. And now, with Xianyang almost staring us in the face, I feel that failure more keenly than ever. I just can't get it out of my mind. If I take on a different mission now, I'll be so preoccupied with this that I might end up making a fatal mistake. So please, let me be your decoy. Let me draw that Emperor's gaze away from you and the others. Right now, I think that's the best thing I can do to help Chaldea. Do you promise to come back safe? Man, you really don't let up, do you? You're not even going to let me get a poem in. Look, I can't promise everything will be fine. Not when I'm going up against Qin Shi Huang. But I can promise I'll make it to the Apang Palace. Especially now that you've made sure I won't forget that look you're giving me. Had trouble reading that line for some reason. So make sure you find the Fusang tree and take care of that poison. After that, it'll be time for our real battle with the Cryptor, mei-ren. So let's both keep that in mind as we go our separate ways, okay? Okay. Cursor, we've got an emergency on our hands. Our remaining camouflage devices just broke. What? I'm afraid we are now completely exposed. It won't be long before more enemy soldiers make their way here. You can thank our illustrious commander tripping over the wiring for that. Are you saying this is my fault? Who fixes delicate devices by spreading their components over the floor? Everyone knows you're supposed to do your restorations in a garage. We can no longer hope to avoid enemy contact, so we will need to fight them off as we move. We can ill afford to stay here and exhaust ourselves fighting unending waves of enemies. Be ready to head for Xianyang at a moment's notice. Hell yeah! Now that's more like it. Cursor. Mash. We know. See you in Xianyang. Just be careful, okay? You too. What? Jing Ke has gone off on her own? Not a problem. We've got all the ass-kicking power we need right here. Yeah, let's carve a path right through them. Enemy hostiles confirmed. Get ready. One second. Okay, there we go. Nope, that's what I wanted to do. Yikes. It sure is a lot of these, huh? So close. Ugh, now 4 stacks of burn. I don't have anyone that can take their debuffs away. Do they have any skills that can do that? No. Oh, they have a battery? I did not realize that. Alright, which one am I going to want to use first? Use Enkidu first, and then Nezha. Sorry, I keep yawning. Oh, stop it. It's not snuggle time. No. Oops. I picked a bad time to start recording, I see. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Okay. I think we're good to go. The near future revealed itself before him. He could feel the looming threat of war draw near, slowly but surely, from beyond the peaceful city. He could see the palace's defenses growing more robust by the day. Who is this about? Even without visiting Epang Palace for himself, his predictive calculations warned him of the inevitable conflict to come, and its inescapable result. Xianyang was going to fall. Even knowing that, you would still tell me not to take up arms. Defending Xianyang is no longer your job. But the real problem was the future that followed. Usually, he could learn small details about the futures he saw, even if he couldn't always make any sense of them. But now, he couldn't see anything at all, not even a vague fragment of a future possibility. It was as though, several years from now, this very world would no longer even exist. That is how it should be. Your ability to see the future has toyed with you for too long. No one should have to carry responsibility for history on their shoulders as you have. You have long since earned the right to lay down that burden. You mourn my fate so deeply. Rather, the fate of the Zhang Yu who paved the way for this Liu Bang to follow. My place in the Empire is not one of peace. Seeing the manner in which this body has been optimized for warfare should make that clear. Yes, I was originally designed to be a civil servant. But my ability to see the near future proved to be most useful on the battlefield. When Qin Shi Huang had only just united all of China, there were still foreign nations in need of being brought to heel. I traveled to Europe, Africa, the New World, every land under the sun, all to make them part of Qin Shi Huang's territory. Ella. Okay. I must have shed more blood in the course of that conquest than this other Zhang Yu who was known as the hegemon king of Western Chu. But here, your conquests were rightly held in high esteem, and the Empire valued you accordingly. However, in proper human history, your reputation was horrific. Well, that is understandable. It made sense that history would view him as a horrible, bloodthirsty monster. History is the collected recollections of humanity, so it is only natural for them to view an inhuman machine in such terms. If such a device were to be mistaken for human, and its deeds recorded as such, it is no surprise that they would be feared. Not one person in all of proper human history ever understood why you did what you did. You are wrong about that, you. Huh? I know for a fact that there was one person who understood the hegemon king of Western Chu, your Zhang Yu. You, the one who just told me of this other version of myself. Surely you must have understood him? Lord Zhang Yu. Ah, now I see. At long last, he saw he had been overlooking something so terribly obvious. By always casting his gaze to the distant horizon, he had missed what was right there in front of him. There was another person there in the same time and place as Zhang Yu, another who looked human, yet was feared and despised as inhuman. Just as Zhang Yu was feared and despised for quelling all threats to the Empire, this immortal Xianyang must have never known either understanding or acceptance. So that is why you have wandered for so long in search of me. How unspeakably tragic. It is all in the past now. It is no more than a fleeting dream. There is no sense in looking back. From Zhang Yu's perspective, she was not one to view with suspicion, but wonder. There was neither fear nor hatred in his gaze. If anything, her way of life was something to aspire to, something beautiful to behold. But this insight was one only he could have, and only because he was not human. To humans with short lives and limited perception, she must have seemed as terrible as a demon king. But as a pair so far removed from humanity, Zhang Yu and mei-ren could find solace with each other. Indeed, each was the other's perfect companion. So the Zhang Yu in proper human history died, leaving you alone. There was nothing either of us could do. You had a duty to fulfill, and I was given eternal life. And yet, with his ability to see the future, Zhang Yu must have known what awaited you in his absence. He must have known she would wander for an eternity, and the hardships she would suffer in solitude. I see. Then I must have grieved for you. When Dapple runs no more, what then can I do? Ah, you, my you, what will your fate be? I have feelings about this. She deserves to be happy. Okay. We're at Xianyang. Assassin. I can only assume that'll be Old Lee. In which case, I should do this again, but like with a proper team setup this time. Let's see, how do I usually do this? I want the healing one, yes. You, I can give one of these, actually, if I'm using Skadi. And then backline. See, I don't have any high-leveled single-target casters. So... guess it's just special class time all the way around. BB. What do I want to give to you? Not that one. Sure. QACE. And... yeah, let's go with Royal Brand. That must be Xianyang. I knew it had to be a hell of a place from the images we captured at a distance, but seeing it in person... It is quite a peculiar city, if indeed a city it can be called. Well, what would you call it? Look how prosperous it is! My concern lies in whether it fulfills the functions we typically associate with cities. Those things packed around its perimeter must be the rockets Qin Shi Huang uses to distribute the benefactions. The Emperor's gotta have more than enough here to cover the entire planet. I guess this explains how Qin Shi Huang could rule the whole world with just this one city. That stadium-looking thing in the center would seem to be the city's central hub. So far as I can tell from here, there does not appear to be anything in the way of residential buildings. Then, does that mean nobody lives in this city? That's the key question, isn't it? At least that would be what determines whether or not this is a city in the sense we usually think of them. Even if there are people living here, I have a suspicion it's far fewer than in our own cities. Yeah, probably. Oops. Given that even this world's soldiers are robots, I have a hard time believing there is any particular need for a human labor force. There does seem to be a deal of activity taking place, so it is doubtful the city is totally uninhabited. I think you'll find it faster to just go in and take a look for yourself. Shouldn't take long for even you lot to figure out what the culture here is like. Not that they'll be opening the gate and welcoming you with open arms anytime soon, of course. I'm seeing new hostiles make their way towards us, but... Indeed, these are human, not automatons. That's the Royal Guard of Xianyang, the elite soldiers assigned to protect the Emperor even in times of peace, without ever being put to sleep in Mount Li. Oh, and just so you know, they're a far, far cry from the supervisors you fought back on that farm. Man, I went and prepared a team expecting to be fighting a boss, not trash mobs. Whatever, man. Are you kidding me? See, if I'd just been using, like, Nitocris and Caster Nero, this would not be taking this long. Alright. Hopefully this does the trick. See, now I'm scared to change my team setup because what if it actually is him this time? I'll just do this again. We've defeated the enemy troops. Well, now that the enemy is shedding real blood to win, we know they're finally taking us seriously. Well, sure, now that we're this close, it's no wonder they decided to pull out all the stops. Alright, one more gate and we'll be inside Xianyang proper. Stay sharp, everyone. Nope. You know, now that I think about it, it seems like that happens to me. And there she goes again. As I was saying, now that I think about it, it seems like that kind of happens to me a lot. Like, thinking I'm about to fight a boss and setting up my team for that, only for it to turn out to be a bunch of mobs, or the reverse. thinking I'm gonna be fighting mobs and setting my team up for that. And what do you know? There's a boss. What's the matter, Ella? I think she wants to cuddle, so I should probably end this kind of soon. Oh, I forgot I still had that on her. The command code on Meltrilus, that is. Yeah, not really anything I can do about that, huh? Can I help you, Ella? Can I help you? So close. Oh, cool. Okay, wait, hold on, what's this? Worrying. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. Oh, that's what he meant by the other royal guard, isn't it? Oh, wonderful. Oh my goodness, Ella. Yeah, I'm gonna end this here so I can give my cat the attention she so desperately craves because she's so neglected. Oh my god, get down! Ending spiel. If you've enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you have not yet. My coffee link is in the description if you are so inclined. Please tell your friends about my channel if you enjoy it, etc., etc. I have to go. I'll see you all next time.